Hi Love Squad, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making a really good dessert for you guys, and it's a sweet potato cheesecake. And for my ingredients, I have 3 packs of cream cheese, 5 large eggs, 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of roasted sweet potatoes, a tablespoon of butter, cinnamon 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, graham crackers, cooking spray, a spring-form pan, and heavy-duty aluminum foil. Guys, this is not one of my original recipes. I kind of did a little research and I found a recipe online that would work for me, and I tried it out. So it came out pretty good, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to crumble up your graham crackers with your butter. I use my Ninja to do this. You can also put them in a Ziploc bag and take a rolling pin and just beat the heck out of them, and that works well if you don't want to buy an expensive machine. And you want to go ahead and do that in your processor or however you choose to do it. Press those cookie crumbs down into your springform pan. I'm using the Wilton's 9-inch springform pan, but there are a lot of different ones on the market. I simply put my graham cracker crumbs in there, press them down well, turn my oven on 350, and I bake this cracker crust for 15 minutes. Okay, and then we're gonna sit this to the side and let it cool. You want your cream cheese full fat, and you want it room temperature, as well as your butter. You want that room temperature as well. With your sweet potatoes, please get sweet potatoes, not yams, guys. It's a difference. The taste will be different. So, just to show you guys what I just picked up some little small ones, but please get the bigger ones. And I have mine in the oven now, roasting at about 400 degrees, and I'm just gonna roast those until when I stick them with a fork, until they, are well done. I also have 2 different types of cooking spray out here, guys. This one is the Baker's Joy. This is used mainly to bake cakes. However, sometimes I will use this for other things, but if I spray this in my springform pan, I would just go around that and get a little bit of that residue off with a paper towel, because this does have that flour in it. But you can just simply use just regular cooking spray, and make sure you spray that well, because you don't want your cheesecake to stick to the sides of your pan. You want it to release once you hit that springform release. You want it to be able to release beautifully without sticking. Okay, now that I've roasted my sweet potatoes and peeled them and mashed them, I'm gonna basically add them to my bowl. With bacon, you want to be precise. You won't see me eyeballing bacon. Anything as far as bacon, you want to measure. So I want to take 2 cups of sweet potatoes, just measuring that, placing it into my bowl here. 2 cups. I have a butter knife, and I'm just taking the butter knife. I'm pushing the sweet potatoes down in there, and I'm just going to take the butter knife and use it to scrape it off, so it's an accurate 2 cups. Okay, the next thing I'm going to add is my softened room temperature cream cheese. I have 3 containers of cream cheese, nice and soft. And I'm just going to add that to my mixing bowl. Press that down because I'm trying to use a cute little bowl for you guys. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beat this on a low speed for 1 to 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add my butter. I'm gonna add a cup of sugar. Don't forget to be accurate with your measuring. We're baking, guys. We can't eyeball this stuff. It will change the flavor of the item. Okay, a cup of sugar. I'm gonna add my cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and salt. Half teaspoon of the cinnamon, half teaspoon of the nutmeg, half teaspoon of the allspice, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And now I'm gonna add my, I think this is a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You can get the real expensive vanilla. The better the vanilla, the better the flavor. I just got a knockoff brand. But please, guys, get the good stuff if you can afford to. If your budget allows you to get the good stuff, by all means, get that. Now we're gonna blend on high for about 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure when you're blending your cheesecake, mixing your cheesecake, you scrape down the sides of your bowl. And your cheesecake mixture should look something like this. And so now what you're gonna do is you're going to add each egg. You have 5 large eggs at room, not so cold. You want them not at room temperature, but not directly from your refrigerator. Maybe sit them out for about 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And so what you're gonna do now is you're gonna break each one of those eggs and add them to the mixture. Once you break that egg and add it to the mixture, you're gonna blend after each egg. Add your egg. And now you're gonna blend. Okay, add another egg and then mix it high. Blend in my 3rd egg. Blend in my 4th egg. Okay, blend in my last egg. Okay, now that I've finished mixing my cheesecake mixture, you'll see that I went ahead and put a heavy-duty aluminum foil around my springform pan. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to be using a technique called baking this in a water bath. And what a water bath is simply you're going to take some water and you're going to bring it to a boil, and you're going to simply put your cheesecake mixture in your pan, and then you're going to ladle this hot water around your springform pan. And what this process does is it prevents your cheesecake from cracking. I went ahead and sprayed around the edges of my pan with some non-stick spray, and now I'm going to simply ladle in my cheesecake mixture. You can pour it if you feel comfortable with doing that. And this is a 9-inch pan, so this is going to be a heavy cheesecake, guys. And so what I do is I fill that cheesecake about maybe 3/4 the way full. And I'm just going to take my spoon and I'm going to swirl it around to get a really smooth top to that cheesecake. And then what I'm going to do is just basically, I'm going to take my cheesecake mixture out and I'm just going to lightly tap it to get any of the bubbles out of the mixture. Okay, I'm gonna place it back into my casserole dish. Okay, I'm gonna add my water to it, and then I'm gonna put my cheesecake in the oven for about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes on 325 degrees. And we'll be back. Okay guys, the cheesecake is baking and it's looking amazing. We're gonna let it continue to bake for about another hour, and we'll show you the finished products as soon as it's done. Okay, my cheesecake was in the oven for about an hour and 30 minutes. I put it on my stove top to let it rest for another hour to make sure that it was cool throughout. And then you want to put it in your refrigerator for about 5 hours to make sure that it's set up really firm. As you can see, with using the water bath technique to cook it, there's little to no cracking in my cheesecake. And guys, you can garnish this however you like, or you could just leave it as is. With the holidays coming up, try serving this dessert to your family and give me some feedback on what you think about this recipe. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to this video.